This program was first broadcast on Canterbury's access media station, Plains FM, and was made with the assistance of New Zealand On Air.
Hey! Come on!
Babes, listen. It's time to jump on into it with your pals Nat and Jess and catch up on all things women's health and fitness.
Oh, sake.
No, I think this could be the start next time. No, wait.
Oh.
We could just keep rolling. Have you stopped it? Okay, let's keep rolling.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, cool, perfect. Hi, Jess. How was that? That was Jess farting. No, I'm just kidding. It was a stomach.
Not a fart, but my stomach really has some podcast FOMO because it always wants to chat.
Yes, I get it. How are you? How's your week been, sister? Haven't
Good.
seen you until... It's Tuesday, by the way. It's not Friday.
It's Tuesday, so we... as I've said before, we usually record on a Friday, but we are recording Tuesday. So how's my week been? The last day and a half has been great, thanks. No, it's been good.
Yeah, good. I haven't seen you.
No, I know.
All weekend.
It's been so long.
She texted me randomly in the weekend. She said, I miss you. I was like, needy. No, just kidding. I wasn't. I was like, I miss you too, like legit so much.
Yeah, it's been like 3 whole days.
Yeah, we're basically wife and wife.
2 days. It's been 2 days. Anyway, details. Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of stuff going on, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on with you. Please fill us in, Natasha Sanguinetti, on what
she can say the last name. That's good.
Happening in your life at the moment.
A lot.
So,
like a lot. Like a lot.
Well, so we've been...
I'm not pregnant, by the way. Damn it.
She's not pregnant.
Do you know the amount of times that people... I'm like, okay, there's going to be a bit of change, and they're like, oh, you're pregnant. And I'm like, honestly, leave me and my uterus alone. Can I just tell you my news?
Have you done the comeback, which is... no, I'm a little bit bloated, but... Thanks anyway, because that puts the awkwardness back on.
Oh my God, I should.
Yeah, that was my thing.
I say, no, definitely not.
Just say, no, I'm
then I kind of leave it
a
at
little
that.
bit bloated, IBS, you know.
Yeah, I do get bad bloats. But anyway, no, I'm not pregnant. The change is I've got a huge career change happening. And this is my last week of PT.
Wow. So, I mean, there's a lot to discuss, but I guess just going...
I can share it all, I don't mind.
Yeah, just going back a little bit over the last few weeks. So on the podcast, we say, how's your week been? And Nat says, oh, man, busy. You know, like just busy. But what she's been sharing is actually what she's been quite busy managing in the background.
Bloody interviews. So I've done 14 interviews in 10 working days. I know, it's a truck ton load, yeah. But to give you context, so what I'm doing from next week, I'm starting a new project management role.
Yes.
And leaving PT altogether, but I will keep teaching classes and my boot camp will keep running, with SE and somebody helping as well. So that's my story. But just to give people context, because I don't want it to sound like I've been... I want to give context. So basically, this role that I'm taking, this one... Is that your stomach again? This one kind of fell onto my lap, right? Sorry, I'm not nervous or anything. Like, I'm fine. Leave me alone. I just can't. This is why I've got my Hummingbird bottle here. So this here, one of his clients works for this company, and it's actually an IT company. So it's nothing I've ever done before. So here we are. She's an IT gal. She's it. I was about to say nerdy, but I think that's rude, eh?
That's so rude.
Yeah. I don't want my colleagues to hate me from day one. Not that they listen to this, but you never know. Christchurch is small. Christchurch is so small. Sometimes, like, Jess was what were you doing? Running? No, you had uni and someone was running
walking
past you and they're like, like, I'm listening to you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I go on tangents there right now, like major tangents.
That's okay.
So he works for this company, and a while ago he said, have you ever thought about doing project management in IT? And I was like, yeah, actually I have. Stomach again. Actually I have. And that's something that I've always thought about. Like when I was at uni and studied, that was something that one of our lecturers would often say, like if you get the opportunity to work in IT, definitely do, so that you can have a couple of industries under your belt. And IT is actually quite a good industry to be in, so it was always sold like this. So I did say that, and then it kind of like, it was more like I would do it part-time, because I used to do both for like a year or two. I did both PT and PM. I used to PT in the morning, PM in the afternoon, and do that most days, apart from I think one day I did more PM maybe or something like that. But anyway, I thought, yeah, sure, like it would be good to keep up with my roots of project management and just keep my toes in it. And then, you know, when you like speak to a recruiter and it kind of like blows up, like they kind of give you so I didn't even speak to this person's not even based here, but anyway, it kind of blew up in because I wanted to see what there was out there in construction as well. So that's why I ended up doing so many interviews. I ended up interviewing with 6 different companies, 5 construction, 1 IT, and doing 14 interviews. So, you know, because you do a couple for some of them. Did multiple psychometric tests, personality tests. Like I feel like I could write a book on what questions you get in an interview. I actually could. Like sometimes I'll like ask questions like, oh, I haven't heard that one yet, and you're number 12. No, I don't say that. I should have though. That would have been funny. Why are you staying quiet and you're awkward?
Because I want to hear this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say really. So then it kind of blew up into like, and then the more I thought about it, the more I thought actually, I think it's time for me to do this full-time in terms of growth. When I think of PT, I love it, and I'm not leaving because I don't love it, and I'm not leaving because, I don't know, like I'm not leaving and I think that's why it's even harder to leave, because I am really happy in this space, and I have made so many incredible friendships with so many different clients. Like if you think about it, including bootcamp, I've got like 60-something clients. That's a lot of people to say goodbye to. So I'm not leaving because I don't enjoy it, but I feel like I just want a challenge elsewhere, and this is definitely going to give me the challenge that I'm after.
I think that's important for anyone listening who has been a client of Nat's at any point. She loves personal training.
Yeah.
You know, and that's probably a little bit sad for you as well, you know, and having to leave that behind. She is a personal trainer who absolutely loves her job. So it's definitely not needing a change because that's changed in any way.
Yeah.
But a new opportunity, new challenge, like you say, kind of just sort of staying in that industry as well is kind of nice in terms of getting back into project management.
Yeah, I do want to. Like it's not something that I've been like, I don't know, like, oh, the money must be so good, so she's got no choice but to say no. Like it's not that at all. It's just I am excited, and I do actually really want to go into that and rediscover those skills that I've got. Not that they've like gone dormant, because running your own business, you do have to keep up a lot of those skills. But yeah, I am looking forward to that. But I also I did 6 different companies, and I went for the one rogue one, which is IT, the one that I've got no idea about. Shani's like, why do you always go for like the red flags? Like same with your ex-boyfriends. Just going for, well, you mean it's hard to get, yeah, must be a good one to go for.
Maybe there is, you know, kind of that challenge, and sort of, you know, if you're going to make a change, go big.
Yeah.
You know,
pretty much.
Throw yourself
But
in there.
in saying that though, like I weighed up so many things in those, like the decision was really hard. And I'll be honest, if I was to work for any of those, I think I would be happy. Because every single company I interviewed for was awesome. Like it was actually really hard there were little things that I could pick on and be like, oh, well, the office is there, or these are the projects that they've got going, or, but this IT one was the most exciting, and it was the one that I was most, the interview process was really good process, really positive for me. And I felt like I could really be myself, and I could really see myself, sitting in that team. But in saying that, I'm being honest, I'm not just saying this in case any of them hear this. I'm being honest that any company was, I think I would be happy in any of those. I had a couple top two. I had a top two, one IT and another one. And that's what it came down to. And that decision took me honestly, intense thinking for way too long. It's probably not that long in the grand scheme of things because I had to give answers quite quickly. But yeah, so I got 6 different companies and 6 different offers as well. So I had to decide every single time and decline people, which means that I felt like I was disappointing each company every time I declined the offers. And that is something that, this about me. I hate disappointing people. That's my... how you don't like to... What's your thing? You don't like to make people... for people to feel left out.
Yeah, or I don't want people to be upset, so I don't want to be responsible for hurting feelings and stuff.
Yeah.
Nat is someone who will always turn up because she never wants to let anyone down.
Yeah, and exactly. And I felt like I was letting these companies down. And every hour I wouldn't give them my answer. I'd be honestly was sitting on my heart. I'd be like, I need to tell these people ASAP, but I don't know my decision. I just hate letting people down.
And came at the end of a pretty intense fortnight because, like you said, you did 14 interviews.
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
On top of PT, so your normal load of PT.
Yeah.
And group fitness as well. So pretty exhausting couple of weeks. How are you feeling now?
Relieved.
Yeah.
Relieved that I'm not because the other thing is, when you've got a few offers on the table, it's great, right? But then you also feel like you're leading people on. I felt like I had multiple, multiple boyfriends. I'm like, hey, you just wait here. I might go for you, but I might go for you. We'll just, hello, hi. So, I've got friends.
Hi, everyone. So you wouldn't do very well with modern dating.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't. I am going to call it right now. You will not be good.
So I wouldn't be good on Bumble?
No, you wouldn't because I feel like the requirement... Tinder? Oh, you're asking the wrong person. Imagine if I answered really quickly.
You're like, I'm on this one, and this one. There's actually
my
a lot nowadays.
My husband goes away. I know all about it.
Oh my God.
Don't start any
rumours. Yes. Stop. NZ.
But no, you have to be, I believe... that you have to be quite good at sort of casual chat starting over here.
Yeah.
A little bit deeper over here. I'm going to go for a coffee with this one, but I've got a bit of a chat.
It was like that. I was always very transparent. I was always very honest that I had multiple interviews. The thing that is the most draining, though, is being your best self every single time. So being your best self, because, first impressions, your best possible self 14 times. Honestly, but at the end of it, I was like, I'm over it. I'm just over it. Because obviously an interview process, you're being questions, and there were a lot of interviews that were really technical, which is fine, but that was so technical. You can't just... be like, I don't know.
What was your least favourite question to answer? Not technical stuff because we won't understand it. I won't, at least. But what was your least favourite question to answer?
So tell me, who's Nat?
No, tell me. Are you on? Is Carlos? Can people hear you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes, people can hear it. That means I don't have to say what you just said. Thank you. I want you to be a part of this. This will be. No one. Yeah, I can say this. There was only one that I was like, oh, you can't say this. Asked me if I want to have kids. No. And I don't believe that's legal. But anyway, So
that's your least favourite
That was my least favourite because I was like, would you ask that to a fellow dude? Is it because I've got a uterus that you're asking that? Yeah. So I thought that wasn't cool.
Yeah, because the parental leave thing, like you were just chatting about before, there is parental leave opportunities for dads as well. So it's not specific to...
Yeah, they always say, it doesn't say maternity anymore, it says parental. I've seen a lot of contracts.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of agreement. Yeah, and it's so interesting. Like some of them have got some really cool stuff in their contracts. Yeah. Like for the most part, they were very much the same. But like there was one that was on, that give you days for domestic violence. If you've been a victim of domestic violence at any time, you know, whether it was like a long time ago or recently, no questions asked. I think you get like 10 days a year for that on top of your sick leave. Like that's incredible. Yeah. That's probably the one coolest thing that I saw in a contract. Yeah.
And what did you... So you did... a lot of kind of psychometric testing.
Oh boy,
and a lot of kind of technical sort of stuff. But the personality testing, what did you learn about yourself?
So there was this one that was actually quite cool. It was online and it was both personality and psychometric. So it was like everything. And I don't know if those of you that haven't done, because you know what a psychometric test is? Because I didn't. I did a lot of research on it. And I legitimately studied the night before. I was like, I need to know. So what it involves, it has like, I'm sure it's different industry to industry, but it has some maths, quite intense maths, which is fine. Like actually that's the one that that I did the best in. Then you've got some like verbal reasoning. Then you've got some like abstract thinking. So they'll give you like shapes and stuff. And then you've got to guess the next shape. And that sounds easy. Like I thought I was quite good at that. But when I did my research the night before, it's actually you have to look for rules. And there's generally 2 to 3 rules within each like question. And it's quite hard to find the rules. It can be quite hard. So that's what and then there's personality stuff. Like how would you, I guess, go under pressure? And there's like questions that, I mean, you could cheat it if you wanted to, but I mean, you're just cheating yourself, right? But it's hard to know what that would go towards because they're like very like basic statements, and you're like, no, that doesn't make me feel stressed. Oh, that makes me feel quite good, or that's how I would react, you know. So it's quite like I do think it's quite accurate. I don't know, but anyway, so there was one that I had to do without a calculator at all, and they hadn't told me that I was going to be doing that, so I was unprepared. Still got an offer though, so it was okay. Do you know what they called me? I was like, how was that psychometric test that I did? Was it alright? And he's like, yeah, it was fine. I was like, oh boy, honestly, like I was not good. Like I was guessing for a lot of it. I was so honest. I was like, because it was multiple choice. Some of the answers for maths, and the answers weren't like, is it okay? Oh, yeah, cool. The answers weren't even like, say if it's 34.5, it wasn't like 50 something. It was like 34.3, 34.5, 34.8. So it's like, you have to know.
There were no outliers.
Exact.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, not cool. But what I learned about myself, look, it's a bit embarrassing, some of the... Well, I told you about that test. I showed it to you, didn't I?
Don't think so.
The results that I got?
I think you were going to show me.
Oh, yeah.
But you haven't
I don't mind showing you. Well, so the...
Oh, yes, you have told me.
Yeah, I have told you. So, like, the like the numeric stuff and verbal stuff, high. She's got a brain. She's got a brain on her. Just want to say this. She's got a brain. Tolerance was... really low, like 14% tolerance. Yeah, real low. But in speaking with them, a lot of them had very low tolerance too, so they fit in here. Teamwork, real low too, isn't it?
So that's
interesting.
That one surprised me a lot.
Yeah, same. And I did say that to them. But then the way I kind of put it down to is, I don't really trust others to do my work.
Yeah.
Like I would always... not that I can delegate because it's literally the role, and I worked in many, many teams, but I think I'm definitely one to put more pressure on myself than others. Well, like we've talked about this. I don't put expectations in others.
This is the thing. Did you say... I've actually done a podcast about this. So it goes back to my childhood. And
absolutely not.
People
I was
didn't
not
really have as good of a time as I wanted them to, my 10th birthday. And so I just managed my expectations.
Ever since then.
I don't trust people, but, that's kind of where I'm at. So
I did not say that.
Too much.
But I had low teamwork, but then there was another one. I can't remember what it was. It was really high, like it was like 90 something. So they were like, oh, that's random. Like normally you'd be like low in both or high in both, but you're like extremes on either ends. So maybe they're like counterbalance. They were kind of like, yeah, that works. Confidence was really low.
Oh.
Yeah, but they did say that females that do this test always rate low in that one. And they've kind of put it down to probably there's a lot of like over checking of your work. And I was like, yeah, for sure. Like every question that was like, would you check your work once, twice or 3 times? I'm like, 3 minimum, sis. It depends what it is. If it's an email, 50. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, that helps like for
detail.
I think, and that would be helpful for project management, surely.
Yeah, but obviously you want high confidence. But anyway, they weren't phased at all. Like they were like, no, you've definitely, you're gonna be fine. Anyway, so
double checking, kind of avoids, it's sort of like measure twice, cut once.
Yeah.
Avoids messaging the wrong person.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
That kind of stuff. So
and
very
just
helpful.
detail stuff, like making sure that you're not adding random zeros in different places because that can make a big difference.
Will you do anything differently knowing that teamwork is not your thing?
No, because I know it's my thing.
Yeah.
I know it's my thing, but I know that
they were wrong.
No, but like it's not that it's not my thing. I think it just comes down to that, the fact that I don't put expectations in others.
10th birthday party.
And that, there you go. Fuck's sakes. Jessica fake. But you know what I mean? What I have learned about myself is that the last 3.5 years, because this is how long I've been doing PT full-time, 3.5 years, the last 3.5 years I have learned a lot about myself and also communication skills. Not that I didn't have them, but my communication skills are so good now, from group fitness and personal training, to the point where people, like, that was the first thing they would say. They'd be like, your communication skills and your transparency goes above and beyond what we've seen, because a lot of people tend to be, reserved or introverted or nervous. But I can say I was not nervous. Not that I wasn't really nervous. I wasn't like for me, if I get nervous, I get sweaty palms and stuff. I wasn't really getting that. But from one, there was but that's because there was like a homeless person downstairs and he freaked me out. So then I got a little bit flustered from that. But overall, I think that's what it's taught me, the fact that we stand in front of a stage and we're telling people what to do of all ages, all sizes, and you have to get everyone's buy-in is a huge plus, So I do interview well. That's what I've learned. Yeah.
How cool is that? And I think I said this to you, but just in case I didn't, I'll say it again. So some people could see, okay, Nat, you were a project manager and then you stepped away from that to do another career and now you're coming back, so you've had a gap. Or you could see it as project management. I worked in an industry where I, became a specialist in communication, where I, kind of developed all of these skills to support my ability to be an even better project manager.
Yeah.
And I do think that the fitness industry is such an incredible industry for that, for being able to work with people to get the best out of people, communication skills, particularly group fitness, because often you've got just a few counts to communicate a huge amount of information to keep people safe. Gosh, you have to be good with how you use your words in those moments, So all of these amazing skills that you've focused on, which means that you go back into this industry, but better.
Dun, dun, dun. Well, hopefully, I hope it's all good.
It's like
when next week.
It's like when mums, kind of have been doing a career.
Yeah.
Then they have children, and there's always a little bit of a fear, depending on how long you've had out of it. There's a fear of coming back into because you've had a break or whatever. But the skills that you develop as a mum can't not make you better at whatever industry, whatever you were doing before.
I agree.
It's nice. It's good to mix it up,
Yeah. So the turnaround is real quick. I accepted this offer in the weekend, and I've got 1 week, and then I'm in my new role on Monday.
Are you just like, adrenaline is just kind of getting you through all of this?
I don't know. I'll let you know when I crash.
Okay. Yep, cool. I have done my first day training, so I'm good.
When I crash physically, like energy-wise, like crash. She's got nothing left to give. No, I can't. I'm starting a new role. Oh, I hope no one listens to this. Nobody listened to this episode.
I have tissues. I was thinking more about an emotional sort of crash.
Emotional crash. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it'll happen. Because this week is, like, I am excited and but sad at the same time. So it's, like, bittersweet.
Yeah.
But I think also because I'm staying in group fitness and I'll still, I'll be so close. Like, my office is really close to the gym. I'll still, it doesn't feel as sad as I thought I would be. Like, I'm not as sad as I thought I would be. But maybe it will hit me over the weekend. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. And in terms of kind of identity,
Yeah.
because a big part of your identity for the last few years has been Nat the PT.
Or Nat the fitness person.
Nat the fitness
girl.
person. Any kind of mixed feelings about that?
Not really. Okay. Not yet. Yeah, not really. Because at first, like, when I first thought about doing this full time, that was a big adjustment. I was like, okay, I might be moving out of the fitness industry full time, like, completely, apart from classes. At first, I was like, oh, but then who am I? But I think that the thing is, I've done project management full time. I did that for 6 years, so I did that for a long time. But I still had the fitness identity with it. I'm excited for the fitness side of it to be, I suppose, maybe more about my own goals. I don't know. Like, I feel like not that I haven't had my own goals, but I haven't focused on my own goals at all. I focused on 60 other people, and I've put my goals last for sure. If I'm, not that I haven't kept up training, but I haven't probably trained as hard as I don't know, maybe would if I wasn't in it full time. I don't know. It's a hard one.
And also, it's quite different now because when you go and train, you sometimes have spent most of the day in the gym already, right? Training other people. So then you go into the gym and you train yourself because it's important for you and for supporting being a good group fitness instructor and all of that. Quite exciting to think about being in an office all day. Yeah. And then when you go and train, that's such a space for yourself. Yeah. And not sort of like you're just kind of in the gym again, like it's sort of novel to be in the gym. So that's exciting.
You share now. You share about your career changes you've had in the past. Your turn.
We don't have
enough about me.
5 hours to chat about.
You've had a lot of transitions.
I've had a few changes for sure. I've had a few chapters in terms of career.
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1 would be modelling.
Yes.
So that's the first kind of career chapter.
Chapter 2.
Chapter 2 would be, if I had to put it in actual chapters and not just like pages, this is...
Okay, a page.
This is, there are a few different pages in there, but I suppose the next one would be motherhood. The big chapters would be modelling, so fashion industry, and then motherhood, so parenting, and then fitness industry.
And how were the transitions?
So, well, the modeling's kind of interesting because I would do a little bit of modelling and then I would go and do other stuff. So I would do like a modelling contract and then I would go and study, or like I went and taught English or, whatever. Yeah. But closing that chapter was a good thing to do for my mental health, definitely. Best thing I could do for my mental health. But... yeah, kind of interesting in terms of identity when you sort of finish that as well. I didn't, because the weird thing is that actually I randomly got into modelling at like 3. So I can't even remember my life not having that as a part of it, which is kind of weird. And I mean, I don't think is particularly helpful, but, because also then, so I wonder how much of my worth was developed around, well, your worth is what you look like, because I don't remember life without that, right? So finishing modelling was definitely the right decision for my mental health. But I think I went through a little bit of a kind of like, well, but who am I if I'm not a model? And I didn't realise how much, like also that tends to impress people. I didn't realise that
when you say I'm a model, they're like, wow.
Yeah, not that I would be like, hi, Jess. Hi, I'm Jess. I'm a model.
No, but
just
people
so you know.
ask, like, what do you do? And
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm a model.
Yeah. Or like, what are you going over there for? And I'm like, just modelling contract, That people were quite interested in that. And when I finished modelling, and then I was meant to go on a contract to Milan, right, in Italy, and decided instead to go to London and just work on reception or, whatever, random jobs, that all of a sudden I was kind of experiencing what it is when people are really not that impressed by what you do.
Wow.
And I hadn't had that before.
That's shit.
Yeah. So,
that's BS.
Yeah. But
like,
that's...
no matter, I know, yeah. But so when you wanted to go to London, you were like, I'm done with modelling? Or I'm just pausing it?
Pausing, yeah.
Okay, so you didn't intend to be done?
Don't really remember. No, I think I was just kind of like, I'd had a contract in Tokyo and I hadn't sort of made as much money as I wanted to. And I was like,
this is shit.
What a waste of time. Not going to Milan and not making any money.
Yeah,
this is not why
enough.
I do this.
Yeah, I'm doing it for the dollar bills.
And for the cash. No cash, no modelling. Yeah, that's pretty much my...
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see you being anything for the money.
No. I was with modelling because I didn't really enjoy
fair
it.
enough. Yeah, fair enough. I didn't really enjoy it all.
I did not enjoy it.
So wait, so then you felt pregnant or you...
So a while after coming back from London, I met Greg and then, yes, I ended up getting pregnant.
Having a baby.
And having a baby. And, yeah, so that was kind of the next chapter was sort of motherhood.
And then what was the transition from motherhood to fitness?
So I had gone along, which I've shared on the podcast before, I'd gone along to a gym that I went to years ago out at Lincoln University Rec Centre. Shout out, because it's a good place. And the instructor there was sort of like, would you be interested in instructing? And I was like, yep, absolutely. And then,
cool.
But then we moved to Dublin, and then that's when the next kind of chapter started.
But you started teaching in New Zealand, didn't you?
I randomly started teaching a program called Body Jam at Lincoln University, and just kind of trying it out really. And I would hate to think how terrible I was.
I bet you weren't that terrible. You're a dancer.
I know I could dance, but I'd never linked moving to music and language. So the very first time I went to actually teach a track, literally nothing came out. I was telling Lily this last night. But, yeah, I said, don't worry, like nothing can be worse than the first time I tried to teach a track. So nothing came out.
Then what happened? Nothing came out, and then what happened? Did you just carry on moving?
It was just kind of stage fright. Like nothing came out, and then I kept moving, and eventually
things came out.
Eventually,
words came out.
Eventually, words came out. So yeah, but they would be the big 3 chunks
stages
of kind of, sort of professions, if you will. But like scattered in there is an awful lot of other stuff. Like I taught English.
GFM was your...
GFM, yes.
Well, right now you're in the study chapter, and before that you were Group Fitness Manager chapter.
Yeah, Group Fitness Manager.
How did you find that transition? I'm asking you questions so you can tell us more, so it's less about me.
Hey, you don't need to get uncomfortable about that.
I'm not uncomfortable. It's okay. You should see the video I made for the personal trainers. If you think uncomfortable and awkward, I'll show you.
Did you cry?
No. I don't know why I answered like this. Like, it's weird for me to cry.
Isn't it sad that you're leaving?
No, but Yuki was like, let's do a video of you telling the PTs that you're leaving. And I'm like,
Kind
what do
of
I
put
say?
you on the spot.
Yeah, what do I say? And he's like, oh, maybe start with like, oh, I started then, blah, blah. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. It's too serious. Like, that's weird. I don't want to be like, I started then, blah, blah. And then, like, plus they don't know. Like, I just want to say I'm leaving. So I do. And then I panic. And then I'm like, buy me presents if you want, please. What I say. And then I end up going, I'm awkward. And I walk out and leave.
That's a nice
It wasn't
finish,
just
though.
that, but it was like, hey, yeah, so I'm leaving. I'll miss you and you'll miss me too. So anyway, buy me presents if you want. So bye. My last day's Thursday. Bye.
Are you doing a big sort of like leaving?
I'm not that important. No, I'm just kidding. I am so important. I've been there for a long time. No, well, I think Yuki said let's do it when you're into the role, like a couple of weeks or 3 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
Because this is very short notice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yuki was the one person I was really worried about telling. I'll be honest.
How did he take it?
So well. And then he started punching my bag. Saying my name, Natasha, 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 Natasha. And I was like, holy shit, we're not happy. And then he said he will never talk to me again. So then, and then for a bit he would like
Sounds like it
ignore
went well.
me. But he ignores me on a day-to-day basis anyway, just as a joke. This is how I freaking love his management style. Honestly, I love it. You love it too. Like, he's a great manager.
He is
honestly.
a very good manager.
Like, he's incredible. I love him so much. But yeah, no, so then he was like, but he ignores me anyway, so that wasn't weird. It was more the punching, really. It was some hardcore punching my bag. Yeah.
Yep.
And then someone gave me a hug to say congrats. And he was like, why are you hugging her? You should punch her. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, where'd you come from?
He's always just around the corner, I find. You know, like, you can't go very far in Les Mills, Christchurch without Yuki popping out somewhere.
I told him about one of my interviews because it was at C1. And because I was transparent with him, like I told him pretty early on, you know, like this is happening. Maybe I'll go, maybe I won't. Don't tell anyone in case I don't, because then everyone might be like, see ya. And
the longest goodbye ever. 2 years later. Are you leaving
And he
yet?
said that he was like, what time? And I told him the time. He's like, yeah, I'll be there. And he said he was going to just stand there, just staring at us.
Don't take my
with his
PT.
arms crossed, Les Mills on his jersey. He wasn't there, so can't be that important.
Sounds like you took it very well, though.
Oh, and like initially he was like, wow, I'm proud, I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. This is the right thing for you to do. Like, he was, when he's serious, he can be serious. But then after that, he's like throwing his toys.
I have been managed by this person when I was a PT, and he was actually a brilliant manager. And then I stepped into the group fitness manager role, so he's managing PT. So we worked together, as managers, and he has to be one of my very favourite people to have worked with. I have cried to Yuki. I've laughed with Yuki.
Aww.
I
he
really
listens to this.
Yeah, gosh, he really had he's a very, very special person, and very good at his job. Les Mills is lucky to have him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, why did we just do this big spiel about Yuki? We're selling the guy here.
Well, with you leaving, there are spots open, I guess,
For PTs.
possibly.
Oh, yeah. Become a PT at Les Mills. It's a great gig. It's so much fun. The manager's awesome.
What did you love about being a personal trainer that you're going to miss?
You?
Should have given you a heads up that this question was coming.
Oh, so much. I love so much. Loved, I mean that. Like, I create some incredible friendships. I can say I loved all my clients. Like, everyone that I currently train, I love them all. They're awesome. The people we work with are awesome too. Like, if you think of our management team, it's freaking awesome.
Yep.
Even like the other PTs are amazing. Like, in general, that place is such a happy place to be. Like, the people are awesome, and I think they do really well at hiring the right people and things like that. Like, you are around some awesome people. And like, gyms in general are quite a happy environment.
Yeah, they are. They can be. Like, PT teams can be competitive. Something that is very nice about Christchurch is it's not a competitive
That's
kind
so
of vibe.
not.
Yeah, and actually group fitness doesn't feel too competitive either. You know, like
Nah,
it's
not really.
It's quite a
Especially if you compare
supportive.
to other countries, if you compare to other cities.
Yeah.
We're pretty, like lift everyone up together.
Yeah.
Vibe.
Yeah,
I want you to do well.
Yeah,
too.
let's all
Yeah.
all kind of do well together, which is an incredible place to work and to be. Like fitness, I really like the fitness industry. I do. I really I love my industry. I work in it less than I have done in the past.
Yeah.
Only to make space for adding the study. Because I love studying psychology. So, that's
You're
what you got to
so
do.
intelligent.
Nah, I just really like it.
Do you have any questions about my career change? How long do we have, Carlos? I don't really mind if people hear this, by the way.
Oh, yeah, they are. We have like around 15 minutes left.
Oh, epic. Wow, this is good. Do you have any questions about my interviews and my career change? And I won't cry, don't worry. Did you bring tissues, though?
I do have to. I always have tissues handy when I know I'm going to be spending.
For me?
Yes, and
Whatever. You're making it sound like I cry all the time.
I honestly, I did my countdown shop on Sunday, and I was
my
like, "Do you know what I've
goodness.
run out of?
Tissues.
For Nat." No.
You didn't say for Nat, did you?
No, but I do. I have the little pocket ones.
Yeah, but
and
you
also,
have everything in your bag. Like, if I could say, do you have some hand cream? Yeah. Do you have some lip balm? Yeah. Do you have...
I have the basics.
She's got everything. She's like
I have an
Mary
umbrella.
Poppins. She's got an umbrella. Mary Poppins. There you go.
Well, you know what? Not to have too much weather chat, but it has been raining a little bit. So I have an umbrella. My iPad is in there. I've always got water. I have tissues, lip balm, hand cream. I got tampons. Like just if you're ever stuck,
Holla at Jess.
I got you.
No,
I
but
got
seriously, any cues? I'm
Well-
your gal right now.
Just on the kind of all of the interviewing and testing and all of that.
Yes.
Were you drained from
Yes.
that experience? Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Very drained.
How was the weekend then? Because that's the first kind of
Just been.
because you found out.
Yeah, that was hectic too because I told all of my clients on Saturday. Because I didn't want to go into my last week and say to each one of them, hey, this is our last time together after 6 years. See you later. No, so I warned everybody and texted everyone and it took all day because I did like individual text. And then, I'd reply to every single one of them. And yeah, so that was full on. And then Sundays, I stopped everyone's payments because it's all online.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go through refunds as well. Like,
That would
that's
be awkward.
so much. Well, no, it's just so much work, unneeded. Yeah, so no, I didn't. But like, there's a sense of relief, like, because I love to plan things. I'm a planner. I like to know what's going to happen in my life. For about 3 weeks there, I didn't know what my life was going to look like. Like, I had no idea where am I going to be, and I like to plan things in depth to the minute of like down to what time I'm going to get to work that day.
Well, we did the whole fear of uncertainty thing.
Yeah, that was raw at the time.
Exactly.
Wasn't it?
That was
Yeah.
very, very on the
And
nose.
I couldn't even tell anyone what was happening.
Yeah. So
But I was trying so hard not to put myself too much into this role because otherwise you're doing that over and over and over and that's super draining. But I will say though, I think I've grown up.
in what way?
I think I enjoyed change a little bit more.
Wow.
Thank you, Carlos.
That's
Thank you, Jess.
interesting.
Yeah, like Essie yesterday was like, bless him. He's like, I'm so proud of you. And I was like, why? And he's like, you've handled all of this so well.
You have actually.
Thanks.
Yeah, you have. The thing that has impressed me the whole time, because I guess not too many people knew that you were going through this.
Yeah, like you and Essie and Shani.
Yeah. So the thing that really impressed me was that you were still giving everything to the classes that you taught, to your clients. alongside, kind of like packing the clothes the night before to shower at the gym, to run off to an interview, to kind of then deal with all of that. And, kind of it's a lot. And no point were you sort of like, do you know what? I'm not up for teaching that class, or I need to, you just kind of kept pushing on, which is why I asked when, do you think a crash is kind of coming?
Maybe. Watch this space, everybody.
Wow.
Next podcast episode is on crashing.
So what do you like about change since you've changed?
I don't know. I actually feel like, because when you said that, I was like, yeah, actually, I don't think I would have dealt with that much change that quickly. Maybe the fact that it's quick, it's helpful. I can just rip the Band-Aid off, and I'm not. The other thing is I don't have the chance to check out in this job. When you transition between two and you check out because you've got to give notice.
Yeah.
And you're mentally checked out. I haven't had the chance to do that because I've gone from not knowing what's happening, just full time, and for all I knew, I could have started this role in September or October, so I didn't realize it was this quick. And then finding out Thursday night really, really late, and then bang, next week's my last week. Is that now saying goodbye to everyone? Yeah, but I think I'm what I like about change, I think I'm just excited for the opportunities. I'm just excited for what this is going to open. I love PT, and this is another area of it. I feel like, I know I'm not the best PT in the world. I know this, but I do feel like I've peaked. I don't feel like I can grow anymore unless I'm willing to do more hours, which I'm not interested to do, unless I'm willing to open a gym, which I'm not interested to do. There's so many gyms around. It's such a hard market. Unless I'm wanting to go full-time or have a huge market online, online personal training, because I know people do really well in that space. Not interested in that either, because you lose the people aspect.
Yeah.
I feel like for where I want to go with PT, I've peaked. And not once did I think I need to find somewhere else, but it's just the fact that this fell onto my lap, and then all of these things started brewing in my head. I was like, maybe this is a great time to leave. Before I go and lose the passion for it. I don't want to get to a stage where I lose the passion and then I leave on bad terms.
And that can be such a hard call to make.
Yeah, because at the time it's great. And you're like, but I've got such a good gig. Why am I leaving? But I think it's because this is the right time. It showed me that, yes, I can jump into another industry or a couple of different industries. And yes, I'm someone wanted. That's really good to know. For a while I was worried that what if I, there's always a fear of, what's the word? Of imposter syndrome.
Yeah, because you'd had a break.
Yeah. But that didn't really matter. I guess it's only 3.5 years. So where was I going with this? Forgot. Yeah, so it's not like I was sad or whatever, or not passionate about it. I just, I think maybe that when you've peaked, I think that's a good time to jump. Whereas I'm one to sit until I'm really to sit in it, because I stick at things.
Yeah, this is it. You're a high commitment.
I commit, yeah.
Loyal and highly committed. And
I did read somewhere that people's cycles are about 3 years in industry.
Is it?
Yeah. And roles.
Okay.
They jump after 3 and a bit years. And I was like, oh my God, that's what I've done.
Okay.
Whoa. Is it the algorithm weird? When it brings, on Instagram or whatever, it gives you these things and you're like, how the hell? This is too relevant. Are you listening to me, Big Brother? Who is listening to me on my phone?
Yeah, you explained that to me before. That
my IT friends were probably like, it's not true. It's not real.
Well, didn't you? You said to me, if you've searched for something.
Yeah, I said to you that it's actually not, it doesn't actually listen to you. I've read this somewhere. It doesn't actually listen to you. It's more based on what you search, but also what the people around you search.
Yeah.
So if you, I don't know, examples. But anyway, it doesn't listen to you. Just actually listen to us. You don't have to put tape on your microphone.
But
I've seen people do that.
But LinkedIn, were you kind of
Yeah, true. So probably the fact that I was, because my LinkedIn, is all updated and everything. So yeah.
Oh man, it could be an absolute head wreck, couldn't it? If you really thought about it. Big Brother.
yeah.
You know?
Big
The thing that
Brother.
the thing that I do to reassure myself around, you know, because just so I don't get like paranoid and all of that stuff, is I remind myself that I'm really not that important. You know? Like that.
How is that making you feel good?
But that's exactly what I do. I say, my life is not interesting, so if they're spying on me, I guess, poor guy.
Yeah, no, true. I actually don't care if they listen to me. The government can have all of my stuff. I actually don't have anything to hide.
Exactly. Well, yeah, and I'm way too boring.
Yeah.
Way too boring. Like, what are you going to find out? She likes to watch reality TV. A lot of it. I've been all about it in these kind of holidays.
Love Island?
No, I tell you what, I'm really into it. This is...
Are you embarrassed? Go and say it. You've got to say if you're embarrassed. It's even better when you're embarrassed.
I have been watching The American Bachelor. As in The
dang.
Bachelor. You a fan?
Oh, Carlos was like, yeah, nah. I was just supportive, but not a fan.
I'm really into it.
That's fine. I don't judge you.
Yeah, I know you don't judge me, but you're
I
not the only
watched the
person listening to this.
Kardashians.
Yeah, okay.
People would judge that big time.
Do you think they would?
100%. Shani judges big time. She judges me big time. Although sometimes she watches just to see how like, what's the word? Like how extra they are. And I'm like, well, you watched them, didn't you?
Well, and I can say I have not watched in many.
Okay, well, you watched The American Bachelor, so no need to give me shit for it.
Well,
sis.
I'm not judgmental, but I was having a chat with, I'm sure Holly won't mind me saying this, but I was having a chat to Holly about how like different times of the day are better for different shows. You know, so like
Okay.
So like in the morning,
What, do you watch shows all day long? Oh my God, do you?
I'm on uni holidays right now. So in the morning, Real Housewives. Real
Okay.
Housewives of New York, it's a good option. Kind of afternoonish, I might sort of dabble in, you know, I don't know, like sort of like a summer house or something like that. And then evening is more The Bachelor. Now late at night. Crime.
Knew it.
Sugar and crime right before I go to sleep.
Sugar and crime.
And I've been
together.
having the craziest dreams, but that's for another day. I won't get into my crazy dreams right now because it's awkward. Anyway, so that's kind of, you don't have a reality TV like kind of routine?
No, I don't watch any at the moment. I watch the Kardashians because it's out every Thursday or something, but I don't watch it till later. Like I don't have a routine, no. But also I'm not on uni holidays. I am working and doing 14 interviews, you know. Where's the time to watch reality TV?
Living my best life right now.
I love that for you.
And also because I have teenage kids who don't want to be anywhere near me. It's not a lot I'm doing at the moment. Apart from driving them places. Actually, that's the thing that interrupts my reality TV. Having to get in the car. You can't watch reality TV while you're driving. Nope.
You can. I think I have before.
No.
I've watched Friends before.
While you're driving.
Like
No, you driving, not passenger.
Yes.
Nat,
But I didn't watch it. I
I
was listening. I think I was really sick. And maybe I had COVID or something. And I was about to go get my... I wasn't watching, sis. It's just playing, just like people listen to us in the car. Chill out already, Mum.
Friends podcast.
Well,
Yeah, I wasn't watching.
With Friends, it happens to me that I've seen it so much that I can hear it and I know exactly what's happening.
Exactly, yeah. With Friends, I don't mind. And I remember being so obsessed with it, and I was so sick, and I was going to the doctor or something, and I was like, I had my tissues and everything. I was like, I'm playing Friends. I'm so miserable. I'm playing it. I don't care. So stop judging me. Anyway, we should wrap up. Because you said 15 minutes like 5 hours ago.
Well, do you guys, before we finish up this episode, do you guys want to do what we were talking before? You want to have a guess of what number episode is this one?
Yes.
So Jess was like, can we
Good
please
memory.
guess on air and see who's closest to how many episodes we've done?
Well, I got asked the other day, how many episodes have we done? I said I didn't know, so I'm going to go second.
No, that's not fair. No, we pick a number and we say it at the same time.
Okay.
Okay, wait.
Let me do the maths.
Wait.
Okay, go.
All right. So 1, 2, 3.
80.
64.
Oh, I said 80, she said 64.
All right. So this may not be the correct exact number, but it's the most accurate we have. It's this one that we're recording is episode number 93.
What?
I win. Sis, can you not do maths? We've done it for over 2 years. Literally, over 2 years. For a whole year we did every fortnight, and then after that we did every week, and it's been like 2.5 years.
This is episode 93.
Could be a couple of, so
We should
maybe
have
between 90 and 96.
100.
I feel like
Anniversary.
episode 100 is a big deal.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, so this is 93, so we're 7 weeks away from 100. Let's plan something. Let's do a giveaway. Let's get some sponsors. I've got no time, but anyone. Yes. I have so many ideas. Somebody sponsor our 100th episode so we can do a massive giveaway. Shit, it's going to go nowhere because the only person that has to follow through is me.
I'll come up with the ideas.
I just said the idea, but who's going to do the follow through? Can someone, Sinclair? He's quite good, isn't he?
We can definitely make a post about it. Yeah.
Let's do a post about it.
Thanks.
Anyway,
Yeah.
let's wrap up. Can you do something? Let's do something together. But can you remind me? Jesus,
yes.
100 episodes. We've got to do something.
Absolutely. It's a really big deal. 100. We'll think of something. Yep.
But we've got 7 weeks to do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. And if you can relate with career change, I'm your gal. Follow us on Instagram at BabesListen. Bye.